Hello everyone. So in this video we are going to cover the security section of Vision IAS Monthly magazine. This is a magazine of March 2025. We have already covered the previous three sections, that is polity, IR and economy. Now let's start. So first is related to role of quantum computing in national security. Now what is quantum computing? Quantum computing basically means in normal computer the information will be stored in the form of 0 or 1. In case of quantum computing, this can be stored in the form of 0, 1 or both can be stored simultaneously. This principle of quantum computing is basically referred as superimposition. Superimposition. That's first thing. That simply means 0, 1 or both can be stored. Second principle of quantum computing is entanglement. In a very simple sense, status of one particular information will impact another. For example, status of this 0 will impact 1 and status of 1 will impact 0. This principle is referred as entanglement. Okay, so why quantum computing was in news? Because recently Niti Aayog released a strategic paper on quantum computing, national security implication and strategic preparedness. Now, what are the risks associated to quantum computing? See, other countries may try to threaten our security infrastructure. Cyber security threats are there. That's problem. Or basically, they can try to break our encryption system. They can disrupt our, let's say, banking system or digital infrastructure. That is the threat. What are the opportunities related to quantum computing? It will improve our intelligence gathering system. It will help us in securing communication and developing advanced military technologies. So in a very simple sense, quantum computing is something which offer a lot of opportunities, but along with those opportunities we also have to take care of the challenges. So that is all about it. Now in this context, and understand one more term is used, that is frontier technologies. Frontier technologies are basically those technologies which are rapidly emerging, or which are new technologies which have significant potential. So these are referred as frontier technology. For example, AI, big data, quantum computing, all these are frontier technologies. Okay, next is related to trends in weapon. Basically, SIPRI, that is Stockholm International Peace Research Institute, this released a report related to export and import of weapons. Now, understand there are a few change in the trends. First change is that the export potential or the dominance of US in weapon export, that is increasing. For example, now US hold 43% of the export market of weapons. Russia's export market or Russia's export dominance has gone down significantly, and now it is sir basically on third position. So USA is on top position in terms of weapon export. It is followed by France, then Russia. Previously Russia used to had significant dominance. So that is first change in the export of weapons. Second is India. Now India is focusing on the domestic manufacturing. We in fact have a goal to increase our defense export to roughly 50,000 rupees, 50,000 crore rupees by 2029. As of now it is roughly 23,000 crores. Okay, so because we are focusing on domestic production, what is happening? Our import of weapons will go down. So Ukraine is on top position and India is on second position in terms of weapon import. Now previously Russia used to be a very significant weapon supplier for us. Russia is a weapon significant weapon supplier even now, but the share has gone down. So Russia's share, or basically the space left by Russia, that is occupied by countries such as France, Israel and US. Next is related to gold smuggling. So recently there was issue related to smuggling of gold by an actress. So two three important points why the smuggling is from West Asia. Usually they have lower taxation, so the price is low, that's why it is being smuggled. That is something which is quite important. Now what are the legal provision, or basically what are the legal framework? So the Custom Act 1962 And basically the baggage rule of 2016, they prohibit this smuggling. Apart from that, the BNS also have a provision, because smuggling is considered as organized crime. Now understand, if someone is smuggling gold, and if this entire thing threaten our overall national security, then it can be invoked, or basically UAPA can be invoked against that person. What is UAPA? Unlawful Activity Prevention Act. In a very simple sense, these are the legal provision against smuggling. Next news is related to C dot Trinetra. See, understand the meaning of Trinetra. Trinetra basically means surveillance system. Surveillance system basically means we will try to monitor things. So this is a surveillance system which is developed by CDOT. What is CDOT? Center for Development of Telematics. So basically, it is a surveillance system, and that with the help of this surveillance system, different law enforcement authorities, for example, police, CBI, all these law enforcement authorities can utilize services of this surveillance. Why it was in news recently? Because Kerala police have launched one initiative utilizing this platform. Next is related to missile, and it is Gandhi missile. So basically, it is air-to-air missile which has been developed by DRDO. What is DRDO? Defense Research and Development Organization. What is air-to-air missile? That simply means it will be launched from air. It will destroy the target in air itself. What is surface-to-air missile? It will be launched from surface and it is going to hit the target in air. What is air-to-surface? It will be launched from air and it will hit the target on surface or on ground. Next is related to Ashwini. So understand, Ashwini is a radar and it is developed by DRDO. Basically, it is going to scan different objects. What is the role of radar? Radar is going to scan things. So it can track various aerial basically means in the air, aerial objects or aerial targets. For example, if there is any fighter jet, enemy fighter jet, or enemy drone is there, that is the role of radar. Now why it was in news? Because the defense ministry has signed an agreement or contract with BEL. What is BEL? Bharat Electronics Limited. So they are going to provide Ashwini radar to the Indian Air Force. This is producer, this is the name of that radar. This will be provided to our security forces. For that, defense ministry have signed an agreement. Next is related to sonic weapon. See, understand, sonic basically means sound. So sonic weapon simply means if very high intensity sound will be played, you will not be able to bear it, so you will try to go away from the sound. This is basically referred as sonic weapon. Now there were certain protests in Serbia, and the accusation was that Serbian government have used these sonic weapons, that is very high intensity sound. You will not be able to tolerate it, so you will go away. So basically the accusation is that to disperse the protesters, the Serbian government have used this kind of weapon. Next is related to golden dome. Understand, it is a missile defense system. Missile defense system. What is missile defense system? In a very simple sense, to destroy the incoming missile, that is referred as missile defense system. Now USA is going to develop this missile defense system. There is one more missile defense system, Iron Dome. This is missile defense system of Israel. Then there is a third. This is developed by US itself, terminally high altitude area defense system. And then there is S-400 missile defense system. This is developed by Russia, and India is purchasing this missile defense system. So these are some of the most prominent missile defense system. Next is related to the Convention on Cluster Munition. Understand, cluster basically means group, munition basically means bombs. So it will lead to a small bombs. In a very simple sense, small bombs will explode simultaneously. That is referred as cluster munition. So recently Lithuania was in news because they have decided to withdraw from this convention on cluster munition. What is cluster munition? What is cluster actually? Group. Munition basically means blast. So there will be group of blast, or there will be combination of multiple blast. that is cluster munition. There is a convention to prevent this. The name of the convention is Convention on Cluster Munition. Why it was in news? Because Lithuania is saying that we are going to withdraw from this convention. Why they are withdrawing? They are saying that there is a threat from Russia, and that's why we are trying to withdraw. So this convention was established in 2008 and it became effective from 2010. Countries like India, Russia, China have not signed it. These are some of the exercise which were in news. First is Indra. So Indra, as the name suggests, India and Russia. It is a exercise between India and Russia. Then there is a Prachand Prahar. So that is Indian Armed Forces exercise. Armed Forces basically means Air Force, Navy, and Army. All three will take part into this one. Then there is Varun. Varun is between India and France. Then there is Bongo Sagar. That is a naval exercise between India and Bangladesh. Then there is exercise Khanjar, which is between India and Kyrgyzstan. Then there is a Tropax exercise. This is exercise by Indian Navy, and it is basically war exercise, or in a very simple sense, drill exercise. Then there is a Desert Hunt. This is a tri-service special forces exercise. And last is INIOCHOS, that is basically a multinational air exercise which was conducted in Greece. So these were the important current affairs from the security section of Vision IAS Monthly Magazine, March 2025. The PDF is available. Please check the link given in the description box. Thank you.